Hey, Jason, do you smoke marijuana?
Sometimes. I know I don't look like I would smoke marijuana, but...
Why would you say that?
I
You
like
totally look like a pothead.
No, I don't.
You look more like an alcohol guy to me. Get you back.
Why are you doing that to
What are
me?
you talking? You talking crow's feet, dog? Get out of here, dog.
Yeah, but that's not racist.
No.
Yeah, I like to smoke a little bit sometimes, but it's just I don't like that when people are pressuring you to smoke so much. Do you know what I mean?
We're gonna pressure you today.
It's just I don't want a taxi.
Taxi?
Yeah, like because sometimes I will smoke with my friends and then he'll be like, hold it in, and then you pass it to all of your friends before you breathe it out, and then you breathe it out and you hit it again.
Really young weed smoking stuff.
Yeah,
That's trauma, dude.
Yeah, that's why
That's weed smoking trauma.
Yeah, I get paranoid.
Yeah. We won't do that to you.
That's why you pretend like you're holding your breath and then you exhale through your nose.
They see it. They go, "What the fuck is that? That's fucking smoke."
Wow,
they go,
they have some really efficient weed smoking groups of friends.
Are they in high school?
It's just him and a bunch of high school guys.
It was in high school when I smoked like that, but now I just smoke a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, there's I want to say a large group of people. A whole fucking town had to be evacuated.
Because they did the taxi?
After, yeah, because they did the taxi.
The whole town.
They all passed out.
Everyone's in high school in the whole town.
It's a high school town.
So residents of a town in Colombia became engulfed by a huge marijuana cloud after a controlled burning became uncontrolled.
Dude, they did that on purpose.
You think so?
Oh, for sure. You don't have to burn it. You could like make hemp stuff.
Oh, we got a pro here. What else did you do? So you're the police, right? You're the police. You fucking confiscate what is it? I think 1.5 tons of marijuana. Tons.
Yeah, now you could give the weed to workers and they could make beds. They could make bed sheets. They could make pillows.
Dang.
Blankets?
They just light up the
Blankets?
pillow and get
You don't think the workers will go, no, I'm gonna sell this?
Yeah.
Yeah, once they take their eyes off it.
It's in the factory. You can't take it.
Oh, so you put in the factories.
Yeah,
I see.
Factory workers have high standards, man.
factory.
The
fuck?
factory.
I thought it was just straight away.
It's one way in,
But
one
what
way
about the
out.
factories? You don't think they go like this?
They work naked. Yeah, they work naked.
Like American.
Gangster. Yeah.
They gotta be naked.
At the hemp factory.
Factory.
Everybody works naked at the hemp factory.
You don't
so
have
good.
to burn it. Why do you burn it?
Because it's the best way to get rid of it.
Oh, is it?
Because then it doesn't exist anymore. Because what if they
They
take
can't throw it away.
What if they take it to the factory? And
Wait, do they not make stuff? They make
No,
stuff.
I mean hemp is not the same thing as the weed that we smoke. Most hemp is made from the male plant, and it's not potent.
That's what I said.
It just sounded a little more Taiwanese.
I said that earlier, yeah.
I like the way you said it.
I got a better idea. You get all motherfucking weed. If they don't want to burn it,
Oh, motherfucking weed.
we put it in a giant pillowcase.
Ooh.
You seal the top. You put a string next to a helicopter. You take it into the ocean and you brew the motherfucker.
That's the Boston Tea
and you brew it up and down.
Everybody's gonna be swimming the next day.
Call it tuna paranoid too.
And you see the happiest fish ever.
Just thinking about a giant tea bag with marijuana in it being dipped in the ocean by a helicopter.
Let's fucking brew it a little bit.
All the sea creatures are now conspiracy theorists and shit.
Damn, dude. So so it was initially feared that the fire was just a regular fire that was this was in Medellin, but soon people obviously realized that it didn't smell like your average regular fire blaze.
Smell like mota.
So yeah, it did turn mota exactly. It did turn out the police tried to do a controlled burning of seized weed, but it proved to be very, very difficult.
Because everyone's all high now because they're smelling the
Wait,
air.
so here's I have a dumb question. I don't know shit. Can you really get high from like something like that happening?
Yeah, tons of weed being burned, absolutely.
More as high as if you were smoking it?
You know, like hotboxing a car.
Yeah,
So like,
that's wonderful.
if you ever had that friend.
I always thought that was just like theatrical. I
Yeah,
don't know.
if you ever had that friend that like didn't want to smoke weed, so then all the homies would be like, all right, let's just hotbox the car. So you go into a car, you put up all the windows, you know what I mean? And you just fucking toke out an entire joint or a blunt in the car, so there's nothing but smoke by the time.
So the guy who's not even smoking it will get as high as everyone
And
else?
secondhand
sure.
breathing, yes. Well, as long as there's enough in the air.
You ever been to a certain rap concert? Sometimes you got the right rap concert. Like my wife actually got kind of secondhand high at like I think an Action Bronson concert. And the whole time she was like, "Oh my god, it's so
That sounds like a bunch of weed and food.
yeah."
Action Boston? Yeah. Pizza and food?
Or if you ever like YouTube any of the news reporters that go out to these types of things that they're trying to like report the news, they'd be like in a blaze at a marijuana blah, and then halfway through they start cracking up because they literally are you're just inhaling all of the potency in an area. I'm talking like in the air, like 70% of the air is like marijuana. You know what I mean? And it's not like you're taking a hit and you're passing. You're like breathing the substance. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Getting constant.
I don't like to smoke in public anymore.
I'm a
I only
dare kid,
smoke
bro.
indoors. It's dangerous. I don't like to look at strangers anymore. When I'm high.
Played out.
You feel like they know?
It's old school.
I feel like the amount of people that smoke in public now is so, especially in LA. I'm walking on the street and it's just like you're just literally you have a blunt in your mouth.
It definitely doesn't look as cool anymore.
Yeah, it's not as like whoa.
Like the impression of in the 90s and 80s and 70s.
Sometimes I just have a joint in my ear and I just walk around, so I get some cool points, but there's no weed in it. I just walk around.
Just rolled up toilet paper.
Yeah, I put it in my hat. You know what I mean?
It was more of a thing, right? People would be like in street alleys, and you would be like, "Oh, there's some contraband going on over there." Yeah. And now it's like people are just like walking out of 7-Eleven, lighting up, saying "What's up" to a cop.
Yeah.
We used to have to smoke it like we were smoking crack in a fucking porta potty.
Yeah.
Like we're hiding and like, you know what I mean? Like it used to be a weird thing where it's like, oh my god, is that a joint? And you're like, no, it's not. You know, don't do drugs.
I remember when you'd be driving and you'd see another guy in a car smoking a joint, and you'd be like, "That's so illegal. He should be in jail."
Now it's therapy.
Now yes, I have back pain.
So what does that change as far as like how the Bible views it?
Thou shalt not smoketh.
They changed it. The NIV changed it.
Now the pages are hemp.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Oh, yes. Holy scripture.
Did you guys ever, like, when it was hella illegal here in California, did you ever dream about, like, one day in Amsterdam, I'm going to go to one of those cafes and smoke weed? Because everyone was, like, talking about it. Like, you know, in Amsterdam, it's legal. You could go there. And then some people come back with stories of, it's everywhere. You could go in, and it's legal. Like, you could smoke in
That
a
was
cafe.
totally what it was. That was literally my first trip to Amsterdam.
Was that
For
one
that?
of the? Was that one of the plots in a Harold and Kumar movie that they want to go to Amsterdam?
Maybe Euro trip or something.
Because I would always, I feel like I faintly remember seeing in teen movies back then that was always like
Yeah.
the mecca. Yeah.
Because I was kind of reliving that when I got there. Even though it was kind of legal here, I was like, I have to do it. Like, I have to smoke a joint, smoke and drink some coffee,
Was
and
it better
have the whole
quality there?
experience. No, it fucking sucked. No, California's way better.
California fucks up everybody, but it's still pretty decent. Like for the rest of Europe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm not saying I smoke everywhere in Europe, but I'm just saying like.
Yeah, you did. You just said it.
Everywhere.
It's clear. It's very
You
clear.
know what though? I didn't get the higher grade. I just got like a. You know how when you get a menu, that's the cool thing is you get a menu and you can see like all the
wow.
different. I got a lower one because I heard that when you get the top one that everyone always gets, it fucks you up like so much.
Black Widow or some shit.
Somebody when you pick it go, very good, sir.
Very excellent.
Or you pick badly and he goes, yes, right away.
I thought Amsterdam was brilliant because their cafes or coffee shops or whatever, they're really just weed bars, were always right next to actual like pastry or donut shops, and they had the weirdest ones that like made so much sense when you're high. It would be like donuts on pizza. You would come out and you know what I'm talking about? It would be like a hot dog with like that was like 2 feet long with nothing but cheddar and jalapenos, but then they would put like sprinkles on it. Shit just didn't make sense, but made perfect sense.
Yeah, I need to eat one of those things.
But Europe, I think, specializes a lot in like spliffs, so they mix like cigarette, like tobacco with their weed because it's like just
Maybe that's what I had.
yeah, it gets your head high really fast. But in California, everybody's like smoking straight grass, right? So like anytime you try to smoke weed in Europe, 90% of the times there's spliffs, so it's always like, oh, you got any like straight herb, and they're looking at you like you purist. You know what I mean? It's like whoa.
Because I smoked 3 joints
is
to
that-
myself in the bar, and I don't even.
Usually spliffs mixed with tobacco.
Is that a
But, yeah.
classier way of consuming it if it's mixed?
I think it's actually a when you have less weed, you mix it with stuff to make it longer, right?
They don't have as much
Fentanyl.
weed as us.
Yeah, fentanyl.
Yeah. What I did think was cool though is when we got because we got it in joints. They had like a little cool packet that came with and it was pre-rolled and shit like that.
Those are cool.
Yeah, and we had like a ton of them. So then we were just sitting there smoking all night, and I was like, you know what? This ain't really getting me that high. And it's so weird because I take 2 hits out of a joint and I'm fucking jacking off in an alley somewhere. You know, like
I'll have what he's having. Fuck.
Very good, sir.
Keep the alley open.
That's a fine choice, my man.
Keep the alley open. There's a bunch of dudes in there just fucking beating it.
Come anywhere but the bricks, sir.
it's a historical piece.